Today on Hi Now, join the Ho'ike. Get an inside look at how this year's Merrie Monarch Festival came together. Then, bringing Olelo Hawaii into the everyday. How a Zippy's employee is spreading the aloha spirit. Plus, hula and fashion come together in a special tribute. Go behind the scenes of the Hawaii Fashion Showcase. This and more right now on Hi Now.
Aloha mai kako and welcome to Hi Now Ho'ike. I'm Kainoa Carlson. And we have a very special guest host today. If you've ever been up at the crack of dawn watching Hawaii News Now Sunrise, you know who she is and you know that you love her. We got Lacey Denise.
Oh,
How are
thank you so much. I am very excited to be here with the Hi Now team. Thank you so much for having me.
It's an exciting time.
Oh my gosh, it's better than Christmas. Now, in this special edition of Hi Now, we are celebrating the return of the Merrie Monarch Festival, airing July 1st through the 3rd at 6 p.m. on K5.
That's right, and throughout the show, we're going to be giving you behind-the-scenes looks at the tremendous effort that went into making this year's festival possible. It all started just about a year ago after the 2020 Merrie Monarch was had to make tough decisions. They had to cancel for everyone's safety.
Yep. Now, conversations on making a comeback in 2021 started with Auntie Luana. Her absolutes were that it must be a safe and fair competition. Auntie Luana, her daughter Kathy, and a team of trusted partners began to make careful plans amidst ever-evolving health and safety concerns in Hawaii and across the globe.
Now, local experts from many sectors helped raise their hand to help create the plan. Dwayne Carisu and his team over at IO recruited a health and oversight team, and they actually created many of the behind-the-scenes safety screening tools. Queens Medical Center stepped in to help create the safety guidelines for the festival. That entire effort was led by Dr. Julius Pham, and the Queens Native Hawaiian Health Team volunteered to be on the ground in Hilo for the competition to ensure everyone's health needs were looked after.
Wow, a lot of help. Now, after getting the formal blessing from Hawaii County, local businesses jumped in to kokua the success of 2021's unique challenges. From Hawaii Tourism Authority supporting the production to Hawaiian Airlines and Young Brothers getting our team and the TV equipment there, countless others stepped in to make sure the team was fed and had a great place to stay for their week in Hilo.
That's always an important part. Make sure you feed the crew.
Yes,
and today you're going to hear from that's right. You're going to hear from some of these partners. The Aloha spirit is alive and well in Hawaii, and we want to mahalo everyone who helped make this possible.
Not only is Hilo home to the Merrie Monarch Festival, but it's also rich in Hawaiian culture.
That's right.
And if you visit the Zippies in Hilo town, I know we have, you may even hear some Olelo Hawaii. One server there is bringing the language into the everyday lives of diners. Take a look.
I love this story.
Aloha nui kako, o vau ho'i keia o Koko Casey, he kama vau no kihe maui. Ua puka kula vau ma ke kula o Kamehameha ma A'apueo. Ua puka kula pū vau ma ke kula nui o Hawaii ma Hilo ma lalo o ka hakaulo o ke Elikolani. I keia manawa he kuene vau ma Zippies ma Hilo nei, a he kumu kula pū vau ma ke kula o Navahio Kalanio Pu'u ma Kea'au. Aloha, my name is Koko Casey. I am from Kihe Maui. I am a graduate of Kamehameha Schools A'apueo, and I am also a graduate of the University of Hawaii at Hilo under the Hawaiian Language College ka hakaulo o ke Elikolani. I am currently a server here at Zippies in Hilo, and I am also a school teacher at Ke Kula o Navahio Kalanio Pu'u in Kea'au. It's very important for me to speak Hawaiian because in my family, unfortunately, the language was lost. I am currently the only one in my family that can speak Hawaiian. The language was lost in the generation of my grandfather because that was the time where Hawaiian language was banned in schools. They weren't allowed to speak Hawaiian. For me, I feel a great responsibility to my family to make sure that I am, returning the Hawaiian language, the Hawaiian culture, the Hawaiian lifestyle to my family. Aloha! Oh, he ohana olelo Hawaii oko. Hi! Oh, mai ka'i! He he oko. Mai ka'i, I mea iru na oko. It's very rare, I think, that people can be served in Hawaiian at a restaurant. So for me, it's very important to speak Hawaiian at Zippies. I might not speak Hawaiian to all the families, but I will greet every family, with aloha, I will say mahalo, just simple things so that they can hear Hawaiian language. Hawaiian-speaking families that I know visit Zippies, they'll speak Hawaiian to each other, but when the server comes, they'll be like, oh, I'm going to have to switch to English because she doesn't understand Hawaiian. But when I hear the Hawaiian, I speak Hawaiian very quickly to them. They're shocked, they're happy, You know, sometimes I'll speak Hawaiian to a family and I'll walk over to check on another table and they'll ask me, what are you speaking? What language are you speaking? And I get to tell them I'm speaking Hawaiian, you know, I'm speaking the language of the land. I feel like that's how we're going to get the whole community back to speaking Hawaiian, you know, get them interested, get them educated about the Hawaiian language, and that's how it's going to live in the community. So for me, I feel blessed. I also feel a responsibility to ho'olaha, or to, you know, get the Hawaiian language out there. My grandfather was very, you know, into Hawaiian knowledge. I'm so happy that I was able to, you know, take in what he taught me, learn from other sources, and return that to my family. And it's so important to me. It's so important that Hawaii be known for being Hawaiian. That's the bottom line for me. We need to hear Hawaiian more in the Hawaiian community. We need to hear Hawaiian throughout Hawaii, outside of Hawaii as well, making sure that everyone knows that this is a living, breathing language and it's not going anywhere.
Brought to you by Zippies.
What a great story. A big mahalo to Zippies for also helping to feed this year's Merrie Monarch crew. Up next, in addition to being a big supporter of the festival's broadcast this year, the Hawaii Tourism Authority does so much for the Hawaiian community. And today we're here with Kalani Ka'ana'ana, Director of the Hawaiian Cultural Affairs and Natural Resources. Aloha, Kalani. How are you?
Aloha. Thanks for having us.
Mahalo for coming in. HTA, what are other ways you guys are doing to support the Hawaiian community?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we recognize that the Hawaiian culture is what makes our home unique. We have no other home, and this is where Hawaii lives and Hawaiians live, and so making reinvestments in people and place is important to us. And so what we try to do is partner with Hawaiian organizations to make sure that our culture thrives.
How happy are you folks to see the return of the Merrie Monarch? This was really a community effort, so many different hands going into Kokua to make the festival happen this year.
Absolutely. I think for many of us, it's a part of life, whether you're a hula dancer or not. It involves everybody in the community. And so it's really been something that we missed, but understood last year out of safety. And we're really just excited to be back, even in a modified form.
Yes, everyone is excited that it's back. And I want to touch a little bit on what you folks are doing, not just for the Kama'aina, the residents that are here, but for visitors, this Malama Hawaii program. What is that? Tell our viewers about it.
Yeah, so Malama Hawaii was a program we created to try to incentivize visitors to give back. We made sure that we wanted to educate them first, what their responsibilities are. Tourism is a two-way street. It's reciprocal. It should be. So Malihini have kuleana just like we do as Kama'aina. And so the Malama Hawaii program is trying to pair them with volunteer opportunities so that they can give back, learn, be enriched, and hopefully fall in love with this place and protect it. And not just trample it. I
understand HCA is focused on destination management and getting the community involved as well. Talk a little bit about that.
I think just like saving Merrie Monarch in your opening segment, we have to come together as community. And the more that we can build those strengthening relationships or build stronger relationships with community, industry, and visitors, we'll be able to succeed and make sure that we can all call this place home first and foremost, and then people can visit as well.
Oh, talk about the benefit that the Merrie Monarch, the value that it has, the fact that it is back, and that just like you touched on, not everyone dances hula, but so great for our culture, and really it's a celebration of everything Hawaiian.
You know, Merrie Monarch is world renowned. It's something known globally, but I think for us at home, it instills that sense of pride for us as Hawaiians, but also brings us together as community, whether we're eating andagi at the craft fair or shopping and supporting our local vendors. That's how we strengthen Hawaii. How do we create that circular economy? How do we make sure we support one another thick and thin?
How can people learn more about this Malama Hawaii program, and how can people get involved if they want to help?
So gohawaii.com/malama is the way to learn about the Malama Hawaii program. And I think at the end of the day, if you're a nonprofit and you want to make sure that you have an opportunity to share and educate folks, we encourage you to join the program. And then likewise, the visitor industry is supporting by giving discounts and free nights for people who give back. And so we're really just trying to encourage and strengthen this idea that when you come to Hawaii, you have kuleana too, that this is someone's home, and then how do you be a part of that? And you know, everybody says I want to live like a local, and we're going to say sure, but that comes with responsibilities too.
Absolutely, and that goes for our Kama'aina and our visitors, everyone that comes. Go and be a part of that Malama Hawaii program. Mahalo for all the kokua that you did this year for the Merrie Monarch Festival. We have all this up on HiNowDaily.com. Coming up on High Now, we are in Hilo and we are checking out Tea Presso's new location. This is the biggest tea presso in the state.
Plus, highlighting local designers and Hawaii Island through Nature's Runway, where you can watch the Hawaii Fashion Showcase when High Now returns.
welcome back to Hainao Ho'ike. During Merrie Monarch Week, the Grand Naniloa Hotel hosts a fabulous fashion showcase highlighting local designers on Hawaii Island. Now, it couldn't happen last year because of the pandemic, but this year they are holding it virtually. One of the designers featured in the production is Kehao Nielsen of Kahulalea. Good morning, Kehao.
Good morning, Lacey.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
We
for
always
having us.
get so excited when we hear Kahulalea is coming into the studio.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Let's first start off with your experience with this showcase. Was this your first in-person event since the pandemic started?
It was, and we're so thankful to Hawaii Fashion Showcase for having this because, you know, we were just waiting to bring out all of our creativity and do something exciting. And so what a wonderful way to start off with our first event.
And let's talk about that creativity. What was your inspiration for the fashion showcase?
Well, let me set it up for you. It was 1980.
Okay.
I was in my living room with my ohana and we were watching Miss Aloha Hula Night. And then this goddess floated up the ramp, Ka'ula Kamahele, in her beautiful holoku. And then I knew what I wanted to be for the rest of my life. I wanted to be a hula dancer.
Yes.
So for this collection, you know, at Kahulalea, at our Ala Moana store, we do a lot of on-trend resort wear, men's aloha shirts, beautiful dresses. But whenever I have an opportunity to do a fashion show, I lean on my 30+ years of hula experience and I bring out all of the holoku.
I love it.
And the bias cut skirts and the velvet, of course.
Of course.
Of course. And, you know, I just draw on my hula background and I think, you know, those things that hula dancers wear, those gowns, are like the most beautiful things that you can have a woman wear.
And the way they move in it
Yes.
too, like you said, float across the stage. You actually brought in a couple of models.
I
correct?
did. Right here is Tia. So again, velvet, right? I just love my velvet and it's on a bias cut skirt. So this could be a typical hula gown that you could dance in, but we just made it a little bit more, added some details for the fashion show, and of course with that beautiful long train in the back.
I can hear it now. Na pala palai, makani olu olu playing in the
Yes,
background.
absolutely.
It's floating.
All of our friends singing.
I love it. And you have one more designer or one more dress as well, right?
And then we have Ka'ena here, and so basically we took, you know, with hula costumes, there's always like a 3-panel dress or a 3-panel gown. And so basically we took the 3-panel idea and then made it into a bustier, and then we added pants just to make it more fashion, but of course add our original designs on there and make it very Hawaii.
And you are a very busy woman. Merrie Monarch also means that you're going to be dropping some new looks as well. Can you talk about that?
Oh my gosh, we're so excited, right? It's like pent-up demand, pent-up inspiration from a year of just being at home. And so we're not, usually we release one print, but we're releasing 3 prints this year. So I'm wearing one. The first one that's releasing today actually in the store is Ke'ao Lehua and the Dawn of Lehua. And so the background is kind of a retro vibe, but it's really talking about when I first started Kahulalea. You know, I started upcycling my old hula costumes. They're vintage hula costumes into like little clutches, and then I just grew my business, and then here we are today at Ala Moana Center. So really the vintage vibe with our Hopoi Lehua Opuna print just melds the two, our past and our present.
Looking forward to all of it, all 3 of them.
Yes.
We have just a few seconds left, but where can people find more information or shop?
They can shop with us at Ala Moana Center. We're on the 4th floor, Ho'okipa Terrace. They can find us online for our friends who are far and away. We're at www.kahulalea.com, and of course, find us on our social medias on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. Kehao, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're looking forward to all the beautiful designs coming up. Now you can find out more about the Hawaii Fashion Showcase and its encore airings on HiNowDaily.com.
The road to Hana, a bucket list item when visiting the Valley Isle, with so much to see and explore along the way.
The road to Hana is 52 miles of rural and often rugged coastline through our rainforest.
Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful.
There's waterfalls, there's beautiful coastline vistas. We have Kaumahina State Park, we have Pua'aka'a State Park, lots of parking there.
A must stop is Auntie Sandy's world famous banana bread here at Kenai Peninsula. It's warm. Or catch the surf here at Ho'okipa.
But driving the road can be challenging, which is why there's an official code of conduct. First step, plan.
Research what it is your interests are. Determine if those sites are legal for you to visit.
Keep an eye out for official welcoming signs, and if there aren't any, consider it private property and inaccessible.
And then you want to determine your group's physical abilities to visit that site. If it is a site just off the side of the road, you want to make sure that your car is well within the white line and making sure that you're facing the right direction of traffic.
And watch out for narrow or one-way roads and make sure to yield to oncoming traffic.
Ooh, maybe we should let these guys pass.
Locals travel this road every day to get to work, to get to school, and they can maneuver the road a little bit more efficiently, so you want to let locals pass.
So before you check this adventure off your list,
you can find the Road to Hana Code of Conduct at hanahighwayregulation.com. There you'll have our suggested list of safety guidelines to make sure that you and your family embark along the Road to Hana safely.
brought to you by Maui Visitors Bureau.
Hey, aloha guys, do you see the sign? Hi Now is in Hilo. This is T-Presso's new location, and this is the biggest T-Presso in the state. Crick, this is an awesome spot. Tell me about this place.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've been in Hilo since December of 2018. We actually were 2 stores down. In 2019, we got an opportunity to open this location, which is double the size. And even with COVID, we found out that, yes, we needed it. We've been open since February of this year, and we are the largest T-Presso on the island.
Of course, you guys needed a bigger place because this store pumps out the highest volume in the company.
We have the highest volume. We sell the most drinks. We also have 2 T-Presso machines. Sometimes we are going 16, 18 drinks at a time because we have full order points. When we did the COVID changeover, we noticed that we needed to do a curbside because we developed a different type of system.
When we couldn't work in the store, our solution was to go out to the customers in the parking lot. We've got full curbside service down. The service of being able to drive up, park your car, get your order taken and delivered within 5 to 10 minutes. You can't beat it. Regulars will drive up, they'll put their hazard lights on, our baristas will see them, and we'll be out there in a minute taking their order. In this industry, it's not unusual for new competition to pop up every now and then. We feel, first of all, we've got a high quality drink. No one serves the brewed to order. We also do a lot of things to give back to the community. Our fundraising program is kind of unique. When COVID hit, we stabilized the curbside service. We actually took that out as a fundraiser. We had drive-up concessions. We were the only company in Hilo that was providing that fundraising mechanism for the nonprofits. We did about a dozen for the high schools. We've gone out to the community. We've donated to Hilo Medical Center. High school graduations, Kamehameha and Hilo High, we donated for the graduating class in their commencements. So we like to give back. The community has kept us afloat through some very hard times over the last year. So it's even more important that we do what we can, and that's just our way of giving back.
As soon as you walk in, you see Aloha Hilo. That's like the first thing that catches your eye. What about the personal touches this store has here in the Hilo community?
A lot of people were very amazed that, wow, it's a bigger place than winter. More so they are amazed because now they have a bigger space to be in. Plus we have the special touches of the mountain and the ocean.
We finally got a facility now that can accommodate the increased growth. I think our secret really is the people we hire. We constantly get comments about the baristas being friendly and courteous and the fast service.
Brought to you by T-Presso Bar.
I'm Ono for boba right now.
Oh
Go and check them out.
gosh.
T-Presso is awesome. Lacey, I know you're a Big Island girl, so what's your go-tos when you go back home?
Okay, well, I have
Where you at?
several. I have several. Okay, buckle up, gas up the car. We got several places to stop
Okay.
to eat. Let's first start off with breakfast. I want to say Hawaiian-style cafe.
I love Hawaiian-style cafe.
A local fave.
They do like a kalua pig hash.
They do everything, and the pancake's literally bigger than your face.
I love that.
Okay,
I love that.
then I think for lunch, let's go down toward the Suisan Fish Market. Have you ever been there?
I have. I seen. I seen it. The line is always out the door, so
Always
that's how
out
you
the
know
door.
it's good.
Yeah, and then of course for dinner, we gotta go to Kuhio Grill.
Kuhio Grill, I haven't.
1 pound lao lao kind
I
of.
have. Ooh.
1 pound.
Is that a challenge or are you
That is a
asking me to
challenge,
go?
but you gotta get it with the fried rice. That's a secret.
Oh, 1 pound lao lao. I love that. They ain't playing around.
And then now we gotta go to T-Presso.
Oh, you got to go to T-Presso. Again, gang, that is the biggest T-Presso in the state. They get all kind of Ono treats over there, the boba. But take it from Lacey. She's a Big Island girl. You got to go check it out.
We'll go cruise over
It's
there.
all up on HiNowDaily.com. Go, go.
Go check them out.
Coming up, keeping Merrie Monarch participants safe throughout the competition. Learn about the rigorous process in place for halal after the break.
Aloha and welcome back to Hai Nau Ho'ike. It's taken a village to put on this year's Merrie Monarch Festival, and it wouldn't have been possible without Queen's Health Systems and their native Hawaiian health partners. Dr. Gerard Akaka is here to tell us a little bit more about what's going on the Big Island. How are you, Doc?
Great, thanks, Kainoa, and thank you for having me here.
Mahalo for coming in. Talk a little bit about this partnership with the Merrie Monarch in Queens. How did that happen?
We were asked. Once we got approach, we jumped right in. Dr. Julius Pham, who you mentioned before, is our COVID expert. He worked with them to set up the protocols. We got the teams involved to work on the vaccinations, the testing, coordination, communications, all of those things.
So Doc, when Kumu are traveling to Hawaii Island, what is the protocol? What is the process when they get there? What happens?
First of all, they had to bubble. Well, before that, we tried to get them vaccinated. They needed all the pre-testing. When they arrive on the island, they have to isolate. The halal stay separate. And we just would coordinate them coming in for the testing, now for the hula and all of these things. A lot of coordination going on.
So once they get up there, they bubble, and what is the process that Queens is playing once they get there?
We meet them, we take care of the screening questions, the temperature screening. We have clinical staff on the ground there to address any issues that might come up with the testing or other. Just a lot of work with a lot of aloha, by the way.
Absolutely. Speaking of aloha, the Merrie Monarch returns. I imagine that was a very easy decision to make when you folks were approached to be a part of the Merrie Monarch and to see it come back and kokua in that way.
Yeah. Very eager, very honored. We are so grateful to have the opportunity. And as Queens, as a Ali'i organization, we want to be involved and help.
The Merrie Monarch is back. How good is it for the Hilo community? How good is it for all of the Hawaiian culture, Hawaii as a whole, to have this iconic celebration back?
Thank you for asking. The thing that I told my team in the beginning is, this is Merrie Monarch. This is special, emblematic, iconic. It's a beacon of Hawaiian culture, Hawaiian history, Hawaiian resiliency. And in this particular year, and after coming through this, we want to know and show that Hawaiians are resilient.
Well, a big mahalo to you, Doc, and the rest of your team who are over there on Hawaii Island ensuring the safety. And do you want to say anything to your staff over there helping out everybody when they watch this?
Thank you. We're so proud of you. The leadership, all Queens, is watching what you're doing, and you're doing an excellent job. Thank you so much. There's a lot of teams there. North Hawaii Hospital, there's Queens Healthcare Center, my native Hawaiian healthcare team. There was Island Urgent Care, Diagnostic Lab Services, everybody coordinating and helping to support this in a way that helps halal to just focus on hula and let us do the heavy lifting for the other things.
A big mahalo to everybody who is supporting the Merrie Monarch, keeping everybody up there healthy and safe. Lacey's over here at the wall. You got another story about other people kokuing with the Merrie Monarch. What do you got?
Yes, I do, Kainoa. Now, the excitement around Merrie Monarch Week comes from the performances as well as the opportunity to submerge in Hawaii's culture. And so much of that shines through our unique foods. Local store KTA and takeout spot Aloha Mondays are two of the Hawaii Island community members keeping people fed during the celebration.
The great thing about Merrie Monarch is that, you know, it brings people together. It brings all the people living in Hilo, in fact, on this island together. You know, so this event here is not just a hula event. It's an event that a time that we can all work together to bring hula to the world. You know, when it comes to us, it's all about food, right? You know, so, you know, it's a matter of providing food for the halals, and you know, that's the least actually we can do, because when you really think about it, you know, all of the practice they go through, and you know, and it's not easy to get here, you know, especially bringing a whole crew here. to our island, especially this year with all these COVID protocols and everything else. I mean, it is one tough year for them to come.
I think it's giving everybody the chance to feel like we're getting back. Such a special event for us, for local businesses, but mostly I think for the spirit of Hilo, just to get a little bit of that life back. To me, the Merrie Monarch is showcasing Hawaii's culture, and the Hawaiian culture is based a lot around food. The ohana gathers, dance, music, but always food. And so again, it's like showcasing the culture of Hawaii's food is huge for Merrie Monarch. We are going to provide this week for Hawaii News Now the dinners Tuesday through Friday for the crew. So there'll be individual boxes so that they can kind of just stay in their bubble and be safe while making this Merrie Monarch happen for us.
We're all like one big family here, our suppliers, you know, all of the customers, the community, the different organizations, right? And what a great situation to work for, being around food. I mean, food makes us all happy, right? Last year, it was kind of a sad situation. You know, no Merrie Monarch. I mean, it's like something was lost. It didn't feel right. And for all of the halaus and Auntie Luana to make it happen this year, it wasn't an easy task. And I thank every single person for making it happen. In fact, all of the sponsors, you know, and I thank K5 too. I mean, unreal, right?
It's so great to see the Hilo community coming together to really bring the Merrie Monarch Festival back this year.
Yeah, that's right. And so many hands went into making the Merrie Monarch possible. We want to send a big mahalo to IMUA sponsor Domino's Hawaii. I had the chance to speak with franchisee Mike Rompel a little bit earlier this week, and it was just all about Domino's Hawaii being part of such a cultural and significant event here at home.
A very coveted event for sure. We're looking forward to all that. Now, don't go anywhere. We have got so much more content for you, interviews on this year's Merrie Monarch Festival coming your way.
Hey, coming up on High Now, when you take care of your car takes care of you. We're going to show you guys the new car wash at the Kamo Kilo, Texaco.
Plus, we sit down with McKenna Maduli to hear about her upcoming special, Hula is Life, where you can watch when High Now returns.
Welcome back to Hainao Ho'ike. In celebration of Merrie Monarch Week, get ready for 3 Talk Story Hula is Life specials beginning Tuesday with familiar faces of the festival. Here to tell us more is Talk Story host extraordinaire McKenna Maduli.
Hi, ladies. Aloha, how are you?
I'm doing so good. We are excited about these specials. Let's start off with who is in the Talk Story Hale for this.
Okay, so first episode, which airs on Tuesday on K5, is going to have the queen of Merrie Monarch, Auntie Luana Kavelu, of course, the president of the Merrie Monarch Festival. We have the voice of Merrie Monarch, Mr. Kimo Kahuano, and the beauty that has inspired us and many of young women across Hawaii, Paula Akana, will be there as well. We gave my dad a little break, so we got, so I have a one tita hula band. Her name is Po Mai Ka'i. Auntie Genoa Kia'avi is, of course, granddaughter. And so we're excited. Wednesday night, we also have Hula is Life, and that is going to be the Kumu Hula Legacy.
Yes, talk about the Kumu who you spoke with.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so from Halau na Mama Opu Anahulu, we have Sunny and
oh
Opaka.
My gosh.
We have Auntie Vicky Holt Takamine, who just dropped the Ike on us, girl. Dropped the Ike. And then also the 2020 Nahoku Hanohano Award-winning Most Promising Artist of the Year, Aine, performs for us. And Uncle Del Beasley is my one-man hula band.
Oh my gosh. We miss Uncle Kata too, though. He'll be coming back. So what is the big takeaway from this time for them?
You know, they all have taught me really, like you and I believe, hula is life. For so many people in our lahui, for so many people in our culture, it is crucial to have kumu hula like these who perpetuate that.
Now, you end your series immediately following the crowning of the brand new Miss Aloha Hula, and you're going to be talking about the past 3 decades of Miss Aloha Hula, the queens of the hula stage. Talk about that.
Okay, so of course, Miss Aloha Hula is one of the most coveted titles.
Yes.
It's just as big as a Miss Hawaii, Miss Hawaii USA, and so I get 3 decades of them. I have Miss Kopua Zilirimoy, Miss Aloha Hula 1991. I have Natasha Ora.
The Natasha
Ora from Hua Kanilehua. She will be serving in the Talk Story Hale all the way from the Kohivis of the Big Island. And then I also have 2011 representing Halau Kialoka Maile, the beautiful Tori Hulali Kanha. And a very special treat, Auntie Luana has blessed us with being able to present their award-winning performances. So a big week, and you know, the power of what we have done there's so much great television surrounding the Merrie Monarch Festival. So it's not only for us here in Hawaii, but our goal is to share it with everyone around the world. So given our platforms, they can watch it anywhere.
Yeah, and talk about when those air dates are again, so people can tune in for it.
Yes, okay, Tuesday it is 7 p.m. on K5, Wednesday 8 p.m. on KHNL and K5, and Thursday 10 p.m. immediately following. Can you believe we're gonna see a 2021 Miss Aloha Hula?
No, I know. Okay, and because nobody's gonna miss it, but just in case, where can they rewatch it again?
Always at TalkStoryNow.com, and you can follow us on our socials, TalkStoryNow. There you go.
I love it. McKenna, thank you so much for joining us and all
Tisa.
the hard work that you put into these shows. Now you can find out more about Hula is Life also on HiNowDaily.com.
Hey guys, if you take care of your car will take care of you. Today we're doing a little extra aloha on the Hi Now van. We're at the Kamokilo, Texaco location, and this ain't your average car wash.
At our Kamokila, Texaco, we are proud to have our Amasi station, which we offer a various amount of local snacks. We have fresh made-to-order pizza, along with our state-of-the-art car wash.
That's right, when you're not fueling up your body with some of their Ono offerings, Texaco has everything you need to take care of the car you love. From their tech-run fuels, including E-Free, to their quick and convenient car wash. It's an experience from the moment you enter to when you leave.
Our car wash is unique because it's a conveyor-style car wash that gives you a quick, detailed wash within just minutes. It's a lot of fun for our customers. When you come in, there's a lot of lights, smells, scents. Our top wash is the ultimate ceramic surf rider. It features an undercarriage wash, triple foam bath, hot wax and shine, ceramic protection, wheel blaster, and a spot-free rinse. We actually recently added our complimentary drying program, where when you exit our car wash, you'll be greeted by one of our friendly attendants that will get your car nice and dry. We have 2 specials going on for the summer, both here at our Kamakila location as well as our Kapolei. Anytime you fill up 8 gallons or more, you can save $2 on any of the washes. And also through the month of August, we are partnering with Hugs, a local nonprofit that helps families with critically ill children for the Summer Suds Car Wash fundraiser. You can go online to purchase a wash. All net proceeds will benefit Hugs families. Please help support a very deserving organization.
For almost 40 years, Hugs has helped strengthen thousands of Hawaii's families who have a seriously ill child. The COVID-19 pandemic has impacted families hard financially and emotionally, in addition to managing their child's health issues. Your kindness and participation in this relationship with Texaco means families throughout Hawaii don't have to face this hard journey alone. At Texaco, they're all about helping you get the most out of every gallon. That's why you can depend on Texaco with Techron to deliver unbeatable gas mileage.
For more information or store hours, visit our website at Texaco in Hawaii, or you can visit us on our Facebook page and Instagram, Texaco in Hawaii.
Brought to you by Texaco in Hawaii.
Coming up, the Pop-Up Makeke is back, and it's every night before Merrie Monarch. Get a sneak peek of the new season after the break.
Welcome back to Hainao Ho'ike. Merrie Monarch Week has always been big for local vendors, and this year you can still shop all your favorites online and on TV during Season 3, Season Ekolu of Pop-Up Makeke. We have Kuhio Lewis, President and CEO of the Council for Native Hawaiian Advancement. He's here to tell us more about it. Aloha.
Aloha, bro.
Kuhio, mahalo for coming in. Pop-Up Makeke Season 3, what can people expect?
Well, they can expect you a part of our show.
Yeah. I'm honored.
We're very excited to have you part of the Pop-Up Makeke team on set, helping to unveil Season 3, which has a lot of awesome and cool things that we've incorporated. As you know, we started Pop-Up Makeke because of the cancellation of the Merrie Monarch, so it's a come-to-home moment for us where we can circle back and coordinate officially with all Merrie Monarch and all of the wonderful mea that you typically would find outside.
And I love that because this is an online marketplace, and we said it a lot during the taping. Pop-Up Makeke never closes, and I think to date over 100,000 products have gone out. Talk about the success of it and just this opportunity for vendors.
So we've sold over 107,000 products so far since the last 2 seasons. So we're opening July 1st. July 1st, the Makeke will open, and we're going to be hosting well over 100 vendors, thousands and thousands of Hawaii-based products. So there's going to be everything from accessories to clothes to even goodies you can find on Pop-Up Makeke. It's a taste of Hawaii and all the islands and the diversity that it represents.
I love it. It's culture, it's food, it's clothes, it's everything is available on the Pop-Up Makeke. I want to talk a little bit about the partnerships too, because I know you're in talks with Amazon as well, and how's that going?
It's going great. You know, this Pop-Up Makeke really is a coming together of community. So first of all, it's subsidized, so without sponsors and supporters, it wouldn't happen, because everything that is sold on Pop-Up Makeke goes to the businesses that are participating. So thank you to all of the sponsors that are helping make this happen. But the partnership with Amazon is new too. It's to Season 3, and it's giving our businesses, our small micro businesses, a chance to show their stuff on a worldwide platform. So we thank Amazon for their support, their partnership. So you can find things on popupmakeke.com or on amazon.com.
Oh, that is amazing to think that all of these vendors and their products can get over there too is awesome. For you especially, you had this idea. Here we go, Pop-Up Makeke, Merrie Monarch is canceled. What are vendors gonna do? What is gonna happen? To see it now in 2021, the Merrie Monarch is coming back, but such a full circle moment. How does it just make you feel to be a part of something so special?
It feels really good. And you know, honestly, it started with just an idea. It was a bold one, you know, I mean, but it was people that believed in the idea. It was my team, my staff, and supporters in the community that really helped make it happen. So this is special for us, and I wanted to share too that, you know, our goal here starting this season is to make sure that Pop-Up Makeke doesn't have to close and open again, that it just stays open so that we can continue to share Hawaii with the world.
I love that. Let's continue to share Hawaii with the world. Real quick though, before we go, when is it airing? How can people watch? Social media, all that.
Yep, so Pop-Up Makeke opens July 1st, so does the popupmakeke.com where you can shop. You can go to popupmakeke.com or you can go to Amazon. And to watch the show, you can go to, it's going to be on K5 every night of Merrie Monarch starting July 1st at 5 p.m.
A big mahalo to you and the rest of the gang for everything you folks are doing. Let's continue to support, gang. Merrie Monarch Pop-Up Makeke is going to air right before it starts. We'll have all this up on HiNowDaily.com.
Imagine living out your retirement years with all of your childhood friends. Well, that's the case of 3 women who moved into 15 Craigside and are living it up like it's their sorority years.
How likely is it that 3 little girls born the same year, going through intermediate, high school, and the university together, how likely is it that you meet up again in retirement?
Roberta and I lived on the same street, so our relationship has been for 70 years. I've known Sharon for like 60 years, so we've been together for a long time. We generally liked each other. You know, we always got along when we first got together in college.
We got back together, pledged the same sorority, and continued our friendship, you know, after graduation, marriages and children, careers, and we kept in contact. And the spouses got along.
And the spouses got along.
We lived right down the street, and we didn't want to move out of the neighborhood because it was such a convenient place. And we came and we saw and we loved it. We invited them here for Christmas dinner once, and I guess with the intention of hoping that somebody would want to move in. And so then Sharon moved, and then we thought, okay, now we need to work on Carol.
This is the only place I would consider. And it's because they're here. I need their friendship. I love their friendship. So there was no question about it. And thank goodness I got in.
That was the main thing, that they were already here. It was like walking into California Hotel. So I felt very comfortable. We are independent. We, can come and go as we please. All the amenities, you have to come when you're young enough to enjoy the amenities.
Now that we have so much time, we don't have to cook, we don't have to clean. We can really get into some good trouble together, which would be nice. We do all kinds of things. Exercise. We go on these little excursions. It's just the most wonderful thing. We're only an elevator ride away from each other.
I told them I might be knocking on their door often, and they might say, who told Carol to move in here?
It's not a place where you're getting old together. We're getting better together. And to meet up again here is really the cherry on the cake. It's just really a wonderful thing to come full circle.
Brought to you by Arcadia Family of Companies.
Coming up, imagine owning a piece of historic Hawaii. Take a tour of Greystone Mansion in Makiki when High Now returns.
Imagine owning a piece of historic Hawaii. Well, that's exactly what you'll get here at the Greystone Mansion at 1302 Nehoa Street in Makiki.
This home was listed on the Hawaii and National Historic Registry, and it is the only Queen Anne style home in Makiki. This masterpiece was built in 1903 for Alfred Hawkins, the founder of the Honolulu Brewing Company. It very well may be the oldest single-family estate on Oahu. The architect was nationally renowned EAP Newcomb, and he partnered up with a local architect by the name of C.W. Dickey. Together they formed and created this beautiful Queen Anne style home. Greystone Mansion gets its name from the 16-inch cut gray stone cut out of blue rock. It was shipped here from England over to the islands, and it was used as ballast on ships, and it was hand cut here on property.
The Queen Anne style of architectures was popular during the reign of England's Queen Anne, who ruled in the 1700s. This distinctive architecture showcased at 1302 Nehoa features a variety of building materials, including patterned brick, stone, and wood, steeply pitched and complex roof systems, squared and round towers, and embellishments such as etched bay windows, verandas, and, of course, a large wraparound porch. It's all reminiscent of a bygone era in our island's history.
This home sits on a little over 23,000 square feet of land, 6,353 square feet of interior living space, and is impeccably landscaped. And it's only minutes from downtown. Meticulously restored in 1985, this home consists of 7 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, a grand staircase, hardwood floors, Palladian-style windows, chandeliers, built-ins, and a beautiful sparkling blue pool and spa. This home was meticulously restored to its original condition in 1985. So not only was this a happy family home, the owner opened up its beauty to many local charitable groups and held a lot of charity events here on the property. The Greystones Mansion is an ideal retreat for anyone who appreciates the charm and magic of old Hawaii.
To learn more about this amazing home, you can contact Travis McGoy at Locations.
Brought to you by Locations Hawaii.
Hawaii Surrogacy supports all people who want to have a family, working proudly with intended parents and surrogates from the LGBTQ+ community.
So my surrogacy journey was not really planned.
I had initially seen someone post about it and I was curious, but I didn't message them. So I looked at Hawaii Surrogacy's website. I filled out an inquiry. I asked if I could do it with my tubes being tied. And immediately they said, yes, you're still eligible. And when I found out that I could do it, I asked Andrea, the director and founder, if I could carry for a same-sex couple or a couple or family in the LGBTQ plus community. And she immediately said yes. I have intended parents who are both males. So between the two of them, they decided whose embryo they were going to use because they created embryos with a donor. So they had donor eggs. They both created embryos with her eggs, and they had the doctors decide which were the strongest embryos to use. So they chose one and they implanted it inside of me, and it took, and I gave birth to a healthy baby. My intended parents didn't live on island. So when they did visit, it was just a few trips, but I made sure to spend their entire visit with them. We would go to the appointments together, but we would also make a day out of it and go shopping and get really excited for the baby because this was their first child. So they got my opinion on what they needed as far as car seats or what formula they would switch to after. And I really created a friendship with them. And by the end of it, it really felt like I was helping someone who I saw as family. I also made it a point in my birth plan to have them experience the birth as if they were the ones giving birth. So while I was the one who physically carried the baby, we had a planned C-section. And I said, I want both of the dads to be in the room. They both got to be there. And I said, I don't want skin to skin, nothing. I want the baby to go strictly to them and worry about them as parents with their baby. My kids were toddlers, so it was a little bit easier than most people would expect. They knew that I was pregnant. I was able to teach them about same-sex marriages and how different other families look and about surrogacy. And I realized, there are so many people within the community who look to surrogacy as their last option. I was like, I have to be the person to make it happen for them. And it made it so much more special to know that I did that. They have been waiting 10 years to have a baby through surrogacy. So when we found each other, I knew I had to do this and I was going to give them their baby.
Brought to you by Hawaii Surrogacy Center.
Mahalo for watching. Hi now, Ho'ike. I am ready for the Merrie Monarch.
So since last year, I think we've been ready for this year's Merrie Monarch.
Yeah, everyone is so excited for it. And again, a big mahalo to everyone, all the community partners making it happen.
Yep, thank you so much for your kokua. Now remember to tune in July 1st through 3rd at 6 p.m. on K5. July 1st is the Miss Aloha Hula competition, followed by the Kahiko and Awana competition on July 2nd and 3rd. Kaio, are you ready?
I am ready. And don't forget, you can watch the live stream on HawaiiNewsNow.com or the Hawaii News Now app. Again, a big mahalo. Merrie Monarch has returned. Mahalo to everybody for watching. Mahalo, Lacey, for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. Kainoa, Kahiko or Awana, which one's your fave?
Kahiko, but Miss Aloha Hula, I love the solos.
The queens of hula. Looking forward to it.
Mahalo for coming in, and a big mahalo to everyone for watching. Aloha.